Duke also relied on white control systems, but he was able to move through them differently. He secured steady salaried residencies at venues like the Cotton Club, long-term recording contracts, national radio broadcasts, film appearances, and international touring opportunities. When the Great Depression devastated Harlem's cultural economy, Duke adapted by touring in Europe and expanding his compositions, reaching new audiences less dependent on Harlem's collapsing nightlife economy. He continued composing and performing for decades, eventually receiving institutional recognition from universities, foundations, and the U.S. government. Duke Ellington died in 1974 with an internationally celebrated legacy and a catalog that would continue generating value long after his death. Both artists were commercially successful, but Bessie's career was built through Black audiences, while Duke's was sustained through institutional access. And that difference shaped not just their earnings, but the stability of their careers, the preservation of their work, and the durability of their legacies. Their stories remind us that success during the Harlem Renaissance was never just about talent. It was about audience, infrastructure, and access to systems that could absorb economic shock. When the Great Depression hit, Black consumer markets collapsed first, and artists who relied primarily on those markets were hit the hardest. But those whose work could circulate through institutions like recording contracts, radio, salaried venues, and international touring, they were more likely to endure. Before our next lecture, sit with this reflection question and leave your answer in the comments. How did audience, access to institutions, and economic infrastructure shape which Harlem Renaissance artists were able to sustain success? Next lecture, we'll turn to Harlem's literary circles, where we see figures navigating the same pressures and see how questions of gender, folklore, and respectability complicated survival even further. I'll see you next lecture.